What is going on, you guys? Alex Chasen back here with a brand new video. Hopefully having a great day, afternoon, or night, wherever you guys are in this world. And let's talk about the Golden State Warriors, because from Steve Kerr to Klay Thompson to now Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, Draymond Green, of course, now Chris Paul, this entire team in every direction is falling apart. The only person who is staying consistent on and off the court is, of course, Stephen Curry, like he always does. But let's start it off talking about Draymond Green. As we all know, he was suspended indefinitely for punching Yusuf Nurkic, basically punching him in the face. He said he didn't mean to, but when you're going like this, and it's Draymond Green doing it, it's not me or you doing it, what else? I mean, come on. Of course you're kind of doing that on purpose, Dre. But that's besides the point. He was suspended indefinitely. That has now been lifted by Adam Silver. But then there was a report saying that Draymond Green told Adam Silver that he doesn't know how much more he has left, and he was contemplating retirement, but Adam Silver said, no, you're not doing that. Whether that's true or not, which, I mean, it came from Draymond Green's mouth, so of course there's some truth to it. I feel like you're trying to take the blame off your actions you've done your entire career, especially as of late this season, being suspended 4 times in 2023 alone. 4 times. And the last one was a pretty long suspension, indefinitely, until now you've been reinstated. But I just do not get why say that, Dre. I'm not really sure what that accomplishes, because your actions put you in this situation. You flailing your arms, punching Yusuf Nurkic, chokeholding Rudy Gobert just this season, that put you in this situation. So did he mean it? I don't know. I'm not in Dre's head. But I think it's just kind of useless to even bring that up because it's besides the point, especially when we're talking about your actions that then led to a suspension by the league. So that's just my opinion on that. So that's one thing with the Golden State Warriors. What do they do with Draymond Green? This past offseason, Mike Dunleavy bought into Stephen Curry, bought into Klay Thompson, and bought into Draymond Green. And the only person who is living up to that bargain is, of course, Stephen Curry. And of course now, Chris Paul is out 4 to 6 weeks with a broken hand. He was one of the players they traded for to buy into this staying older veteran situation they got going. And on the contrary, their young guys aren't even happy. We all saw the report a few days ago. Jonathan Kuminga does not believe Steve Kerr is going to allow him to reach his full potential in this rotation on the roster he's on right now. He didn't request a trade, but he basically said, give me more minutes because I'm worthy of it. And I completely agree. When Jonathan Kuminga plays a lot of minutes, he's a pretty darn good basketball player. In my opinion, he should be replacing Draymond Green. You should be looking to move Draymond Green. Now, I know, I'm assuming Stephen Curry or Klay Thompson wouldn't be too happy about that, but at some point, Mike Dunleavy has to come to terms. You run this team, or even the owner, you run this team. And the direction this team is going is buying into Stephen Curry, great, but the complementary pieces around him, that at one point were really good around Stephen Curry, aren't so good anymore. Or even bringing in Chris Paul. At one point, Chris Paul was one of the best point guards in this game. That's not the case anymore. You should be going young while still trying to win. And if you give minutes to Kuminga, Podziemski, Moody, even Trace Jackson-Davis has been giving you some surprising heavy minutes, especially in lieu of Draymond Green's absence. They were playing good. But you're buying into these veterans, and Steve Kerr is losing the locker room one day at a time. Maybe he's not losing Stephen Curry. Maybe he's not losing Draymond Green. Maybe he's not losing Klay Thompson. But the role players, the young role players who at one point should be the future of this team, you're losing them day by day because you're not playing them. And then Steve Kerr responded by saying, I played for 15 years, and all 15 I was frustrated with my playing time. That's what he said about Kuminga and Moody's frustrations. Well, Steve Kerr, you played with Michael Jordan. You played with a lot of legends in this game. And of course, Stephen Curry is a legend of this game. But his minutes should have no correlation to Kuminga or Moses Moody's minutes. They're not the same position. So by that excuse just makes no sense to me. And he's now losing someone who could be the future of this team. Not a future superstar of this team, but a future star role player of this team that could help maybe get you another championship in Jonathan Kuminga, in Moses Moody. Podziemski has looked really nice this season as a rookie, and same with Trace Jackson-Davis. Like I said, when he's had more than 15 minutes per night, he's been pretty darn good, and no one seems to talk about it. So if you've been here for a while and you watch my videos, I apologize. This might be repetitive, but it needs to be stated. It needs to be said. It was all messed up this past offseason when he traded away Jordan Poole. I know you see him in Washington. He's got the worst plus-minus in the league. He's playing not great at all, only averaging around 17 PPG on one of the worst teams in the league. I get it. But his role on the Golden State Warriors was second to none. You had Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, or you could even say Jordan Poole was better than Klay Thompson most of the time. You had those three as your nucleus shooters, your nucleus scorers, and it was amazing. You won a damn championship. Now, I know last year was kind of upsetting, but you start to turn around, you made up for it going to the second round of the playoffs. But still, that team was very, very good, and you had a young star. Maybe not a superstar in his own team, we're finding that out now, but a star in his role in Golden State, and you lost that. You brought in Chris Paul. Bringing in Chris Paul, it has not been a disaster by any means, but you cannot compare a young scorer who fit his role perfectly in Jordan Poole with a aging veteran in Chris Paul. Now, is Chris Paul's leadership better? Of course. Jordan Poole he's a very young guy in the league. He doesn't know how to lead anyone. Is Chris Paul's overall playmaking and overall point guard skills way better than Jordan Poole? Of course. But that wasn't the problem. You have Stephen Curry. It's just kind of redundant because by Jordan Poole being on this team, he was one of the pure scorers you had when Stephen Curry was cold, which is rare. Or if Klay Thompson wasn't being... if they had Jordan Poole right now, they'd probably be a lot better off because Klay Thompson, Mr. Inconsistent. If Jordan Poole was in his role he's been with the Golden State Warriors, this team would be a lot better. That's just my opinion. Now, do I think they'll be, upwards of the 6th seed? No, but I think they would be a play-in team because as of right now, they are the 12th seed. I know it's a tight Western Conference, but they are the 12th seed, and they are around half a game out of the 10th seed. So they're really not far out of that 10th seed, but they're still the 12th seed in the Western Conference. Lucky for them, Ja Morant's now out for the season, so they don't really have to worry about the Grizzlies. Portland's not a threat. The Spurs are not a threat, but they're under the Jazz. You are the 12th seed in a tight Western Conference, granted. You're a half game out of the 10th seed. You're 1.5 games out of the 8th seed. But you gotta be there. Because if you're not, everything you've done has been a major failure from this past summer to today. That's just my opinion on it. Now, Mike Dunleavy did not really have a choice. He had to listen to Stephen Curry because he wanted to keep him happy, keep Dre happy, keep Klay happy. But at some point, you got to be future-focused, and what Mike Dunleavy and this organization is doing is not very future-focused. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and yes, I am back at college in my apartment. I got some comments before saying my background was not diverse enough. It was too Celtics, especially here at college. At home, you guys know it's all over the place with different NBA stuff, but I brought down my SGA jersey. I brought down my Jokic jersey. I still got Tatum, and then a new D White jersey. He should be an all-star, by the way. Let's make it happen. But yes, I got a more diverse background now. It's not just all Boston stuff. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I'll be back very, very soon. And what do you think should happen with the Golden State Warriors? Is firing Steve Kerr even a question? I have no clue. Should they trade Draymond Green, Klay Thompson? Even if that pisses off Stephen Curry, it's for the betterment of the future and possibly getting one more championship with Stephen Curry. Because at the end of the day, you want him to be happy. You want no percentage in his brain of thinking about leaving, because that'd be the worst possible scenario. Well, yes, he's going to be 36, but he's still playing top-of-the-line basketball. See you guys very soon, and like always, peace out.